Perplexed by the hillside on which you left me, I kept staring out the train window on my way from just outside Swansea back up to the north of England. For 6 weeks that summer we'd run away together to Wales before you decided actually the fun was over, and you didn't love me anymore and weren't that serious about me to begin with, and you wanted to run off with Jack Douglas, the boy with the slick hair and a leather jacket from the pub on St Mary Street. I wonder how far he'll last. Maybe you'll get to France before you meet the next Mr. Right. Maybe his name will be Jean-Paul and he'll be like a European Beatle with hot quiff and fancy sunglasses and no socks in his shoes. I watched the rolling hills bound away further and further as I travelled back home to Sheffield. When night time was arriving and we pulled into another station, my journey still felt like it had only just begun. Well, it felt over without you, but it still felt long ahead of me. Just as the sun was setting and that little orange eye cast a pink wink over the horizon, I caught a glimpse of the prettiest angle in the carriage. A split-second reflection in the window revealed what I had missed a few seconds before. She sat down opposite me while the train wasn't moving, and now it was again, and my heart was in the pit of my stomach like on the cusp of the drop of a roller coaster. Maybe I didn't care that much about you either, or maybe she was just that stunning, but either way you vanished from my mind with a puff of smoke like a genie from a cartoon film. I kept ogling her for a few minutes like a child does in public, and you think to yourself, if it were anyone else, it'd be rude, but it's a child, so it's alright, but I'm not, and there's nothing flattering nor beguiling about a spotty teenager gawking at you, so I stopped before she really took the time to notice me, currently preoccupied with a diligent aunt flicking through customary personal effects in a designer handbag. It was small, and about the only impressive item on her, but she still looked like an aristocrat next to me, and in my pocket were the last few notes and coins that were going to get me back to Sheffield. Poised and distracted, her brow furrowed, she looked very grown up. It was at that point that I realised that she was a woman and I was just a boy, and she was just another stranger on the train who wasn't going to say hello to me unless I said hello to her first, and even then no one could promise me anything more than a disgusted look and uncomfortable shift. I went for it, perched on the edge of my seat as if about to jump at her. My thighs were tense springs about to shoot me up with excitement and nervousness and anticipation. My lips parted and the tiniest crack in my voice caught in the back of my throat like a short spark quickly diminished before we shot into a tunnel, and the sudden darkness outside the window in stark contrast to what had been a very steady, dare I say dreary, sunset changed the atmosphere in the carriage and talked me down.